welcome. Well, my name is Dan, and you are watching, a music teacher's reaction, live and in real time to the Devil May Cry 5 soundtrack. I've never heard this music before. I've never played this game, so I have no idea what's going to happen. We're going to go live and in real time and go through it. And, well, everything I do say, talk about, teach, breakdown. And I can't think of one more thing I'm going to do, but it's all going to be off the top of my head in the moment, just like this speech. You see how I'm kind of like messing up as I go along? That's because it's live and unprepared, no preparation, no prior knowledge. We're going to get rocking and rolling. Devil May Cry title screen. Let's do this thing. Welcome, chat. Oh, very ominous. If you have a pair of headphones or earbuds, I suggest putting them on because there's a lot of stuff going on with the very low sounds that you're not going to hear coming out of your computer speakers or your phone speakers or your tablet speakers. Headphones, earbuds is going to be the way to go. Oh, cool stutter in there. Okay, so what do I mean by stutter? Well, there's an actual program out there. It's a software program, and it's called Stutter Edit. And you can do this manually, but it's much easier with the program. What you do is you take, any sound, and then you stutter it. So like that. So if I point out to you, considering there was stuttering in this very first piece, it might be coming back some more. So look out for that. That's called stutter. And then if any of you are music producers, the program I'm talking about is called Stutter Edit. It's made by a company called Isotope, and I'm not getting paid to tell you that. It's actually a good piece of software. Okay, this next piece is called, and I'm doing my best here, the Cliff-Off. Cliff-Off prologue. Let's do it. Oh, seriously get headphones on. Cliff-Off. Thank you, don't exist. Okay, so a couple things I'm picking up already. Well, we are hearing a couple themes, and it's probably going to take me a couple reps to actually start. Ooh, sneezing coming. Excuse me. Well, it's probably going to take me a couple reps to actually start identifying which themes go where. Something we've already heard over the past two is... either triads being harmonized or possibly quartal harmony in there. Yeah. So that piano thing going in there, we've heard that twice now. Really D flat minor being the key, so we'll see if that pops up some more. This next one is called Introduction, which fortunately I can pronounce. I sneeze like my grandfather. He used to sneeze and it would shake the house. Headphones are a must for this. There's so much going on in the low end. D flat still. Yeah, okay. Pulse coming through now. Little Sephiroth-y. Yeah, so, okay, couple things. Number one, a lot of D flat minor, but here's the thing. It's not just any D flat minor. It's got that raised six. So really, it's D flat Dorian. Now, what do I mean by raised six? Well, whenever we have a key, well, we're not going to get into a key today, but I'm just going to give you some numbers and some notes because we like to put numbers and notes. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. One kind of repeats. It's 8, but it's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And what we're doing here is we could hear that so far in the past 3 tracks, 6 has actually been a little bit higher than from a natural minor scale. Now, a lot of times game soundtracks will use this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That 6 instead of 6, raised 6 there, to give like an old feeling. Like if you were to hear that 6, you would think sort of like Scarborough Fair Renaissance. And again, I've not played the game, so I don't really know, but perhaps it is set in a sort of castles and farmland type of a thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm getting so far from the harmony choices that are being used. This next one is called Demon's Throne, Don't Sit on It. Well, I was saying don't sit on it, but Demon's Throne. Here we go. Devil May Farm. Semi-modern? What does semi-modern mean? Oh, okay. Listen to those high sounds. Those are violins. Say modern. Okay. Okay, so I might have missed the mark on that, but check this out. So there's 4 different ways. Strings, which are violins. Well, not all strings are violins, but all violins are strings. that you can hear that those violins are going to build up tension and excitement. So right there we had, let's see, let's get the actual notes. Okay. All right. So the two notes that those violins are actually playing is right here. You hear how... All right, type a 1 in the chat if you think that sounds pretty and sweet. Type a 2 in the chat if you think that sounds kind of like close to nails on a chalkboard. And so basically what that is right there is that's called dissonance. Dissonance. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds pretty funky. And so what you have there is you have violins playing two notes that are very close to each other. And because they're playing the two notes that are very close to each other at the same time, that creates a lot of tension, a lot of excitement. And normally I read Super Chats after the stream, but I just want to say a huge thank you to Joseph Cortez for setting a new channel record for Super Chats. So thank you very much, Joseph. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you for supporting the channel. We're going to, and I will read all Super Chats at the end of the stream, but that's a new channel record, so just want to give a shout out to Joseph. Thank you. All right. So that's one way strings can create tension. What we're going to see is if we can hear the other three ways show up in this OST. All right, this next one is called Unbearable Pressure. Let's check it out. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. So here, again, listen for those notes where they're close together. There's a lot of friction, a lot of tension. Oh, wow. Huh. Notes very close together with those violins, a lot of tension. Listen how the speed is changing here. It's speeding up and slowing down. It's like going in and out of traffic on a highway. It's called tempo modulation. Tempo meaning time or speed. Okay, so something I'm picking up too, which is not necessarily a motif, but it is a repeated underpinning of what's going on, is just like we talked about with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before. We talked about how the sixth is raised. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What we've heard a lot so far in these songs is just 1, 2, 3, not being played by the instruments that you'd really pay attention to off the bat, but by instruments that are sort of in the background going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, going 1, 2, 3 over and over and over again. And that repeated 1, 2, 3 over and over again, that repetition actually increases the tension and drama, even though your ears might not be drawn to it at first. Having that repeated pattern over and over again built a lot of tension. We actually heard similar things both in Sephiroth, in Final Fantasy, and then also in one of the final Ace Combat 7 soundtracks as well. Similar ideas for really building tension up over time, even though it's with instruments that are not sort of like the main instruments that your ear first gets drawn to. This next one is called, oh, this is going to be fun, Unbearable Pressure Rush percussion version. Is Neil Peart going to be playing the drums, I wonder? This is fun. All right, so we're at the here at change speed. Huh. Well, that was cool. A focus on the percussion. Now, if you're not sure what percussion basically you can think drums. There's other things besides drums that are percussion, make up percussion, but all drums are percussion. Not all percussion instruments are drums. But an easy way to think about it is whenever you hear drums, that's percussion. This next one is called A Sword Shatters to Pieces. Yeah. So you're hearing these low brass things going on, just like Ace Combat 7, incidentally. These dramatic drums behind them. It's not over. Oh, yeah. Those violins. Notes close to each other. That's the same violin part we heard before when I first pointed it out. Oh, cool. Oh, yes. Oh, hopefully we get some more of that in a later song. That was really cool. Oh, dissonance. Dissonance. Drama. Now, maybe it's just me, but when the melody went, ba, 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 for some reason, all I could think of was Rule Britannia, Britannia rules always, which is an old British song from like the Revolutionary War times, maybe even before that. Anyway, weird places the mind goes to. Okay, so the sword shatters to pieces. This sounded more like perhaps a cutscene or something, where we're hearing bits and pieces, hopefully, that we're going to hear again in the future. But I'm not sure because, well, I'm not in the future. Well, now I am. Nope. Now nope. Now no. Okay. This section is called It Absorbs the People's Blood. Okay. That's dark. Let's go. Ah, here's way number 2. Strings. Create drama. And I'll break it down after this. Dubstep, alright. So you hear that right now? It's going bah, bah. Those hits over and over again with those low bass drums hits. You hear that all the time. This right here. Here it is. Right there. Now, normally you hear this in movie trailers when the villain is saying something really dramatic and the hero is doing something really cool. So this right here, the reason why it's here is because it sounds dramatic. And the reason why they use the same thing in movie trailers is because it sounds super dramatic. Now, what I wanted to point out at the beginning was, I remember I said there was 4 ways violence can increase tension. This is the second way. And the second way is called modulation. Now, modulation is when something goes, well, that's pitch modulation. So it goes from low to high, or from high to low. Voice is not warmed up, had a little bit of break, but that's okay. So what we heard here is not just modulation, but modulation combined with way number 1, which was having notes that were close together. So we have multiple notes that are close together, all going from low to high at the same time. And because that's happening, that greatly increases drama, 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 oh, drama, oh, the drama, oh, the drama, oh, the drama, 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 drama. So what you have there is you have 2 of the 4 ways combined together to make it even more dramatic. This next one is called reflection, which is mission clear, which I read the first time as mission share. Maybe that's just a music thing. Do you believe in the reflection? Okay, here we go. Again, kind of dubstep-y, a little techy here. And oh, here's the stutters again. Listen for the stutters. Remember we talked about these stutters in like the very first one? And here they are again. Stutters all over the place. Now, if you're just joining us in on the stream, just to catch you up, normally I don't do this, but I think it's going to be important to catch you up. A stutter is like that, just like if a person were to stutter, it's like that, but the instrument is stuttering, and it's usually not actually played. It's software that's after the fact where you take a sound and you press a button and it makes it stutter. You can also do it manually by like cutting and copying and pasting, but that's very labor intensive. So people like to use software. Okay, this next one is called The Heaven of My Hell, which is kind of like the less romantic version of Moon to My Sun when you are talking to your significant other. Here we go. What the heck? This is a change. I can honestly say I had no idea, based on the title, that that song was going to be like, the first 3 quarters of it could have been like, if you change the drum sound and the mix sound, it could have been like Maroon 5 from like the 2010s, early 2010s, Maroon 5. That was wild and also very interesting. Yeah, so one of the reasons that that sounds so different is because it's basically a pop song. With a couple kind of like cheesy things added on the end there. And I say cheesy not in a bad way, just a little cheesy. This next one is called Sometimes Cheesy is Nice. Just like my eggs this morning were a little cheesy, and it was very nice. So it was a Gouda cheese, which I know you're supposed to pronounce Gouda for Gouda, but hey, whatever. It was a Gouda cheese with mushrooms in it. So it was a mushroom Gouda cheese on top of eggs, and then I put mushrooms on top of the mushroom Gouda cheese, and then there were shallots, and then there were shiitake mushrooms. And oh, it was so good. Okay, this next one is called Devil Shocker. Do-dum, do-dum. Yeah, it repeated. Dum-go, ba-dum, ga-dum, ga-dum. Oh, sorry, guys. I skipped one. It's called Devil Trigger. I apologize. There we go. Oh, this sounds like Lamb of God. That's got heavy. Type a 2 in the chat if you know the band Lamb of God. It's kind of Dream Theater-y. Yeah, that stutter again. Modulation. Not violin, synth there. Well, I really like the way it started off. I really like the verses. I thought the verses were really well done. Now, what do I mean by the verses? I mean this part where they're like telling you the story. Yeah. Awesome. All right, this next one is called Devil Shocker. I did it right. Dun-dum. Okay. Yes, please. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on now. All right. I really hope we get to hear more of whatever was going on at the end there. All right. So something we've heard a couple times, bug-on, go-gon. What was it? Da-dum. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. And so what that is ba-dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. It's these groups of two. And just like we talked about so far with like the repetition of the... It's a way of building tension, that ba-gung, ga-gung, 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 which I'm going to draw an interesting parallel. We actually heard quite a bit in Ace Attorney during the moments where there needed to be a lot of tension, a lot of excitement. So we've heard this repeated pattern a couple of times so far in this OST, so we're going to actually look out for the go-gung, 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 go-gung to show up in more places, because I have a feeling it may be coming back. All right, this next one is called Enter the Devil Shocker, which, by the way, if there was a carnival ride named the Devil Shocker, I would not go in it. I just want to say that now. Like, as it is... I think Batman at Six Flags was like about my limit, and I'm assuming Devil Shocker would be more intense than Batman. All right, let's give it a shot. Whoa, interesting. Yes, please. I love the build-up. Okay, so we've had a couple songs like this, and hopefully we have like 100 more songs to go in this OST. Hopefully what we're hearing now is like the composer and the games, like, it's laying the foundation for things to come later. Like, we had these tastes of like, and don't spoil it for me because I don't want to know. I want to find out when I get there. But like, we had these tastes of like really cool musical ideas that we haven't quite gotten into. I'm really, really, really excited to see how this develops, if it comes back, what's going to change when it does come back. This next one is called Devil Trigger, Devil Shocker Remix. Hear that strings? That's not strings, that's a synth. But I'll break it down. bum, bum. So different than the 1 2 1 2, but still repeated rhythmic pattern. Oh, there's some words in there. Does anyone know what the words are saying? Type it in the chat. Oh, gotta let it out. There you go. Oh, yeah, come on now, bass. Okay, so what's interesting here is up until now we've really heard 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. What we're hearing here is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So still the same idea of it really holding and keeping the tension, that repeated pattern over and over again. And we're going to see throughout this OST, as we've seen so far, repeated patterns creating, maintaining, giving the feeling of tension. And what we're hearing here, instead of just 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, we're going to the next note. We're going up to 4. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, just like that. So perhaps signifying a progression in the game, perhaps signifying that we've moved forward in the game somewhere, adding that extra note. And perhaps not, maybe the composer just wanted to change. This next one is called Devil Trigger Instrumental Edit. Kind of reminds me of Lady Gaga a little bit. Yeah, a weird heavy bridge, Jappy, exactly. Love it. This next one is called A Man's Face Peeks Through the Robes. Ah, two notes close together. Tension. Well, excuse me, not two notes close together. It's going up by a half step. Oh, little major in there. Oh, very scary. Whoa. Okay, so an interesting piece again feels kind of like a cutscene, feels like some story is happening. Sometimes when the music is a little bit more, well, not muted, but less busy, it's because other things are going on. The music is just there to provide, well, extra feels, if you will. So yeah, some interesting things going on here. I think another interesting thing to point out is a lot of what we've been hearing so far is in D flat, and what we just heard here was in C. And I'm thinking it is D flat as opposed to C sharp because no, it's C sharp. Well, yeah, D flat. And then this is now in C, which was interesting. And little gestures like that were fascinating to hear as well. So let's see if this is some kind of theme that's going to pop up again later on. This next one is called Garage, the main menu. Imagine Joe's Garage by Frank Zappa starts playing. Interestingly, this is by Stephen McNair. I don't think we've heard previously on this. Oh, cool. All right. Sick. First time I think we've heard flat 2. I'll break down what flat 2 is after the song. What did I say I was going to break down? I had too much fun playing and I forgot what I said I was going to break down. What is it? Oh, flat 2. Okay, so up until now, what we've heard are things like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Now, what we're changing here is instead of 1, 2, 3, we're going to lower 2 down. So 2's is a little bit lower. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It's the first time I think we've heard 2 being lowered down in such a way. Now, when 2 gets lowered down, it gives it much darker feel, more ominous feeling. Yeah, you just give an example. So it's like, as opposed to, right, versus. So that lowered 2, that's kind of like, oh no, that's different than Slim Shady, isn't it? It's the flat 6. Anywho, let's get this thing going with, come on, near a mission start. Jappy Padazaki every day. Oh, come on now. Oh. Oh, we've heard this before. Yeah, we did. Yeah, okay. Yes. We heard it before in C minor. Now we're hearing it. Oh yeah, now modulating. I was about to catch up and say, like, I think we're G flat. Huh. Okay, so something I want to point out here, which is actually pretty cool, is this me-do-da idea in the melody. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so it goes like this. There you go. And before we heard it in C minor as yeah, right, in C minor. Now what's interesting is the second time it's come around, we're hearing it in G flat. Now get this, though there is some conjecture as to the truth of this, it's a fantastic story, so we're going to run with it. And back in the day, in the church, you were not allowed to play certain notes together, and here's the reason why. The reason was this note to this note was considered to be so dissonant. It had so much tension in it. There was so much Sturm und Drang. There was so much of fight and angst in this interval here that surely it belonged to the devil himself. And so it was called the devil's interval. And you actually were not allowed to play it in churches. You could play a combination of any other two notes except for those two notes, because there's no place for that in a church. Nowadays, like Baptist, so many different, even, well, less so even like CCM and stuff, but like gospel stuff, has that in it all the time for seventh chords. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that the way this first idea got played the first time, which was right, no, yeah, it was that, and the second time, that's actually going up and down by, guess what? Anyone want to guess? It's going up by the devil's interval. The first time it was played, and the second time it was played, that difference of how much higher it is, it's higher by one devil's interval, also known as a diminished fifth, to give it a perhaps nicer name. But how wild is that? So let's go ahead and listen to the next one, which is called Devil Trigger, a game edit. Let's check it out. Sounds like a Rob Zombie movie. Yeah, yes it does. Oh, yes, please. like also Little Lincoln Park, you know? Just like the simplicity of the rhythmic figures of the vocals. Oh, listen to that. Another extra guitar coming in now. Don't, 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 don't. Yeah, Dan, I hear what you're saying. Again, I really like the verses. I really like the instrumental parts. I gotta be honest with you, because you know I'm always honest with you. I'm just not so crazy about the chorus, man. And I'll tell you why. And I will, because I know exactly why it is. It's because like the rhythm of everything is like so good, and it's like it's so catchy and so deliciously groovy. And then it's like the rhythm, for me, the rhythm of that chorus, man, that just if there's a little bit more syncopation, a little bit more movement to it, and I think also the melody contour too could have gone. Armchair quarterbacking. Anyway, this next one is called Rain, with a backwards Russian looking R, Ain. Yeah, I know, Super Chicken, but like, I gotta be honest too. Yeah, interesting. Major sound implied there again. You could have these moments as little major chords implied. Oh, hinting at like a sitar sound there. So it sounds to me like we're in like perhaps a new biome or new area or something. Number one, because we're changing keys. Number two, we're changing instruments. Number three, these are new ideas. Perhaps a new character or something. Huh. Interesting. So up until now, a lot of the music we've been hearing has been in D flat minor. We've heard C minor, we've heard G flat minor. Now we're hanging out in F. It's like we're going low, well, not lower and lower and lower because the D flat was technically D2. Anyway, doesn't matter. Point is, interesting, new key. This next one is called Echoes. Oh. Very creepy. Oh. Okay, so what you're hearing now, you hear that sort of clunking sound? They've gone in on the piano and they've turned up the key sound of the digital instrument and added distortion to it. Fascinating. Yeah, hammer sound, Dan. There's someone in the chat named Dan. I'm not talking to myself. All right, that is really cool. Let's see if I can actually give you guys an example. I may not have, I don't think I have native instruments on this computer. Let me see. No, I don't. That's okay. Okay, but the point is, what I thought was really cool about the sound there, and let's go back and actually give you some examples here, is, yeah, that kind of clunk, 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 clunk sound. It's like, kind of sounds like someone's like hitting a hollow wooden thing. That's the sound of piano hammers, because basically a piano is a hammered instrument. It's kind of an idiophone, if you will. And so what happens is you press the key moves a lever, the lever puts a felt-covered hammer that goes and bong, hits the strings, rather, and that creates a sound. Now, what you can do in the digital piano instruments is you can dial in how much of that hammer sound you want, how much of that mechanical sound you want. And what you can hear here is that the composer, Kota Suzuki, actually dialed in that sound quite a bit, which is a very interesting artistic choice, because on top of that, the added distortion really creates a unique piano sound that I can honestly say I have never heard before. So that was delightful. This next one is called Heading for Catastrophe, and the first A of catastrophe is an at sign. Let's do it. Okay, I think this is the idea we heard like 15 songs ago. But listen to those strings. Those strings are stuttered. adding even more drama and texture. And there's that sort of sitar, tambura type sound. There it is again. Yeah, tambura, definitely. Yeah, hear that? Hear that? That sound? That's that stutter. Perhaps a tremolo, but I think is most likely a stutter being used. This next one is called Any Special Orders, Nico's Shop. Hi, I am Tammy. Cute. Very cute. Man, the shop, I'm assuming this is like a shop theme. The shop themes in so many games like this, just been wild. That was really cool. So that's reverse sounds there. And have you heard anything like that? It's actually sound flipped around and played in reverse. hear that mandolin or balalaika? The mandolin. Okay. A radical departure from everything else. Oh, might be another sneezing coming. But a radical departure from everything else we've heard so far, except for that one pop tune thing we heard before. That was kind of like the Maroon 5 thing. This is still different. I think, too, it's interesting to talk about how a lot of times in video games, the shop themes are just like, I don't know, maybe it's the composer like, oh, I can do something different for one song. And just actually like let loose and do something wild. I'm thinking especially of what was that in Nier Automata, where it was that that song with the guy singing about how you could buy stuff from him, like really out of tune. That was wild. This next one is called Interview. Yeah, Emil's shop. Oh. Very dubsteppy. Whoa. It's like different dubstep. Like the way the... Oh. All right, chat. Spoil it for me. Are we going to hear any of those little tidbits again? Type a 1 in the chat if we're going to hear some of those tidbits again, because I really want to know, because I really want to see where that story goes. Yeah, little Doom, Jappy. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I hear what you're saying for the Doom. Oh, we're going to get to hear some more of that? Oh. Or did I say 1? I forgot the numbers thing. All right. This next one is called End of the World and Game Over. Oh, no. This next one is called Blazing Muscle. Excuse me. So we've heard compound meter hinted at before. $12.8. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, 12.8. Oh, delicious. Now switching to simple meter. Back to compound. One and two and three and four and one and two and three and four and one and simple. One and two and four and three and four and one and two. I thought it was gonna go somewhere different. One and two and still simple. Apple, no, and apple. Reminds me a little bit of Doom. Oh, I love that little squeal there. Pinch harmonic. Sounds like double harmonic scale there for a moment. So I'm assuming this is phase 2 of the boss fight. Maybe we're gonna hear phase 3. Perhaps phase 3 here. Okay, I want to break down one interesting thing there. Is that the use, or we're not use, more implying a double harmonic scale there. So now, what a double harmonic scale is, it goes, and I'll call this out, then you know music theory, follow along with me. It goes 1, flat 2, major 3, 4, 5, flat 6, major 7, 1. So kind of like a harmonic minor, but with a major 4 and a flat 2. Very interesting to hear that. Perhaps that's what we've heard gestured at a couple times when we heard that major third in those chords, those little sprinklings of major thirds. This next one is called End of the World. Game over. Continue. Next one is called Mysterious Stranger. Oh, yes. Augmented. Very mysterious. Very mysterious. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what made that quite so mysterious. Let's talk about the very first chord we heard. The very first chord we heard was called an augmented chord. It's where we take essentially major chord and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We play 1, 3, and 5 at the same time. We'll make 5 just a little higher. Oh. And that's what sounds so mysterious. When you take that 5, you raise it up by 1/2 step. Shout out to all my level 2 theory peeps who have learned about their augmented triads. The next one is called flying outdoors. This is very interesting. Reversed sounds with stutters. It's changing now. Very dreamy. We haven't really heard anything like this so far in the OST. Is sharp 4 there? Oh, sharp 4 and 4 at the same time. Talk about dissonance. Okay, that was really, really cool at the end, using a common note between a bunch of chords. So, for example, this note stays the same, other note changes. This note stays the same. Huh. Fascinating. Also, what's kind of cool is that alternating between the major and the minor third there. Major third to minor third. Keeping the same exact note as the root. So, composers don't always just stay in a harmonized scale. They play back and forth because, well, this is the real world and things don't always follow rules. This next one is called Nice Scissors. Ah. modulation from strings, also playing in such a way to get that kind of nails on a chalkboard feeling. Okay, now I'm not 100, because it's been a long time since I played the viola, but if I recall correctly, to get that sound, that kind of nails on a chalkboard sound on a violin, viola, or cello, you're actually going to play like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps and shivers just thinking about it, and it hurts to even to say it. Like you're going to play right on the bridge or right behind the bridge, and it's like, oh my gosh, another amazing way that strings can create a lot of tension and a lot of drama with just a couple of sounds. The next one is called Floating Indoors. AC in the house. Stutter again. Fascinating. Whoa. Oh. Okay, so a couple of things we heard there. We heard, oh my goodness. So we heard reverse sounds. Anytime you hear someone go like that, that's because they've taken the sound that normally go, ah, and they go, right? They actually take the sound, and you can do this electronically. You can also do this physically, but they do it now electronically. You actually just flip the sound around. So instead of going from loud to quiet, it goes from quiet to loud, and the whole thing is reversed. So hearing those reverse sounds along with the stutters we've been hearing so far for this entire DLC really did give the sense of sort of floating and being lost and kind of discombobulated, not knowing which way was up. This next one is called A Date with Corruption. It stutters going into that hit. And straight into Lunatic Ray. This is going to be our last song for today. Love that harpsichord. Is this a boss fight, guys? So absolutely delightful. Not really like anything we heard so far, but that makes sense. I asked chat that this was indeed for a boss fight. The reason why I thought this might be for a boss fight was because the transitions between the different sections sounded to me like the transitions in a boss fight, where maybe there was like 2, 3, 4 seconds of like, you get those animations in like different phases of a boss fight, of a boss being like, now I'm really angry, or like they grow an extra head, or, it's going to be harder basically in the next section of this boss fight. That's what those transitions sounded like to me. And that's why I called that out. So really cool. I'm loving the soundtrack. If you are loving this journey, please hit like, subscribe, and crush that notification bell so you know when the next stream is, so you can come hang out, because we're going to do a couple of these Devil May Cry 5 streams all in a row, not day after day. So make sure you come hang out, because we'll probably do a couple next week. We'll probably do a couple the week after that, or maybe we'll get them all done in one week. Who knows? You will if you hit that notification bell. So go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe. And I think I already said crush the notification. Yeah, I started saying out crush that notification bell as like a joke because I heard other people say it. But yeah, this was a ton of fun. I tell you what, we're going to read some super chats and hang out. And, if you hang out till the end of the stream, there might be something for you. Who knows? Okay. Joseph Cortez. Joseph, thank you so much for setting a new channel record for super chats. I do very much appreciate your generosity and your support. A huge thank you. It's because super chatters like you that I get to take time to do things like this, because, well, quite simply, I can support this channel, and it works as a thing that I can do. So thank you so much for your support. Joseph Cortez says, put this money towards Disco Elysium. I'll say that I miss your streams a lot because the time you start, I can't change that. But I really would love to hear your reaction to the ending of Disco Elysium. You got it. Disco Elysium, it shall be. Pikachu says, you're going to have a fun with this OST. Agreed. And upvote to Yakuza 0. You got it, Pikachu. Thank you for your support as always, Pikachu. TMac1313 says, for Sonic Adventure 1, don't have anything clever to say this morning. That's okay, TMac1313. I tried to say some clever things. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. So sometimes just not saying anything clever at all is the best move. TMac, thank you so much for your support and for your super chat. Majido 1000 says, nice and informative reaction as usual. Keep up the good work. Please use this for Dangan Ranpa. You've got it. I shall make that happen. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm reading out Super Chats and why they're saying OSTs, it's because there's a list of OSTs in the description. If you would like one of those OSTs for me to react sooner to it, I just messed up that English. If you want me to react sooner to one of those OSTs, you can Super Chat to support the channel, and then you say the name of the OST you'd like for me to react to sooner, and then I'll upvote that OST. It's that simple. So pick anyone that is on that list. Matthew Banky says, another upvote for Wario Land 4, please. You got it, Matthew. Roman22 says, for Cuphead and his DLC, The Delicious Last Course. You have got it. T-Mac 133. Ooh. Hey, T-Mac. T-Mac's back. Guess who's back with the brand T-Mac? T-Mac says, you recommended some artists after listening to Mimic the other day. Among those I listened to and really enjoyed Screaming Headless Torsos. Oh, Dave Fujinski's amazing. Smile in a Wave is excellent. Also Sonic Adventure 1. That's awesome, T-Mac. You got it for Sonic Adventure. T-Mac, did you check out Mr. Softy's Nightmare? That, for me, is amazing. There's a couple Screaming Headless Torsos that are just amazing. Bex Lizard says, Zelda Twilight Princess, please. You got it, Bex. Hi, Bex. And Anti-Memetrix Division. Thank you very much for your generous super chat, Anti-Memetrix Division. Anti-Memetrix Division says, hey, Dan, I love your streams and finally caught one live. Love all the interesting things you have to say about the inner workings of the music. Put this half towards Off and half towards Castle Crashers. You got it, Anti-Metrix. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you so much to our generous super chatters today. This was huge, and I'll let you know, it was a fantastic birthday present because today is actually my birthday, so thank you. And Oshin Keller coming in, really enjoying your breakdowns, and I really want you to act to Trails in the Sky, one of my favorites. You got it, Oshin. We shall do. It shall be done. Thank you all so much for joining me on this special birthday stream, even though you didn't know it was my birthday. See, I wanted to see who was going to show up, even though you didn't know it was my birthday. So thank you all so much, and I will see you guys next time. Please hit like, subscribe. Question of, oh, it said I was going to give you something. All right, I'm going to give you something. Hey, everyone who's here, look, I'm the kind of guy who starts a book and reads it all the way to the end. I don't know about you, but I really value a lot people who start something and hang out all the way to the end. Because you've hung out with me all the way to the end of this stream, I'm going to invite you to come hang out with me in my Discord. Now, I do not offer this after every stream, and I do not offer this to everyone. This does not happen every time. So this is a special thing that I want to invite you guys to. I'm going to pop that link in the chat right now. Go click on that. Come hang out in Discord with us. It's a bunch of gamers who just love music. We hang out, a bunch of great channels, and it's a very kind and welcoming community. So come on and hang out, and it's going to be great. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your birthday wishes. I love you all. Have a fantastic, phenomenal rest of your day or night, evening, morning, whatever your time zone is. Have a happy one, and I will see y'all next time.